Hey everyone, this is Nitro. Although slightly delayed, here is another Nitro setup video for this new week. So I'm going to start by covering the equipment farming results of last week. And 2 weeks ago, I got 15 SSRs. Last week, I ended up getting 11. So in terms of crystals, the previous week, last Monday, I had 5 vouchers and 1,281 crystals. I currently have 21 vouchers and 6,411 crystals. The actual increase was 16 vouchers with 2,130 crystals because I think I got around 3,000 crystals from the Apex Arena Season, 4 playoff reward. So for being in the top 64, I think I got 3,000 crystals. Might have been 2,500, I actually can't quite remember. If it was 2,500, then obviously the crystal increase would be 2,630, but the total increase is around 5,130 crystals in total. As for the 16 vouchers, keep in mind that the challenges did give a few vouchers, so that also helped add to the amount of vouchers that I had. Alright. So in terms of the 11 SSRs I got this week, they were the following. First of all, Timeless Trials, I truly don't remember what I got. I just remember I ordered it. So it was in garbage item of some kind. The gambles last week, I did 9 gambles, 3 weapons, 3 helmets, and 3 armors. Of those, the only one I kept was a Blue Moon. Otherwise, I got 800 ore back out of the 1800 ore that I used. In terms of dragon farming, on Monday was a Dark Crown, which is 100 ore. Tuesday gave me a Giant's Resolve, Gargoyle Jacket, and a Galaxy Cloak. Of those 3, I only kept the Galaxy Cloak. Joint Battle also gave me another Blue Moon and a Frost Rend, so I kept that Blue Moon as well. And then nothing on Wednesday, nothing on Thursday. Friday gave me a Death's Robe. Saturday gave me a Twilight Helmet. And then Sunday gave me a Hydra's Bow and an Oath of Justice. It's my 5th Oath of Justice. I mean, you only truly need 3, so I don't know what I'll do with it. But for now, I've kept it. Last but not least, I also had a time-traveling merchant equipment purchase that gave me a Nighthawk. And 3 random accessory boxes gave me nothing. So overall, that was 11 SSRs in total. I kept, I suppose, 3 of them. A Blue Moon, Galaxy Cloak, and Oath of Justice. Next then, so I did do some enchanting last week and I did get a few interesting ones. The first one was just a amazing roll on the wrong piece of equipment. So the Reaper's Breath, or the Reaper's, I don't remember what it's called. Sorry, no, not Reaper's Breath. Scarlet Reaper, sorry. The weapon, the Scarlet Reaper, gave me actually an enchant where I got plus 15% int, plus 10 int, and plus 3% hit points. Unfortunately, this was on a Scarlet Reaper that needs physical attack, not intelligence. So wasted enchant. Would have been amazing if I had kept this one. And the second enchant that I've kept for now, which was actually quite frustrating, is the enchant on my carbon fiber armor. So I was enchanting this for Ariane Rod. It ended up giving me 15% hit points, 15% magic defense, and 6% defense. You know, this is the kind of enchant I want on Luna or Bozol or even Juggler, but certainly not for Ariane Rod. But it's such a good enchant that I'm not going to get rid of it, even though I really do want an attack increase for Ariane Rod. Nonetheless, this is a ridiculously hard to get rid of enchant, given what it's providing. Kind of frustrating because I was trying to roll for these kind of enchants on Juggler, and I rolled like hundreds of SSR scrolls on Juggler and didn't get anything like this. But then once I give up on rolling on Juggler, you know, I start getting these kind of enchants. Go figure. In terms of the equipment I still need, it really has not changed. So, Extreme Magic Bow, Tenyo's Headdress, Last Rites, and the accessories remain the Twilight Star, Juggler Plushie, Swordsmith Medal, and 1 Apex Boots. So all of this has not changed, so I'm just going to jump into the game now. You know, what I'm hunting for remains the same. In terms of shard grinding for my heroes, I'm continuing to farm up Ariane Rod, Licorice, and Akaya. There has been some improvements to those 3 characters though. Licorice hit 5 stars last week. Okay. So she's working her way towards 6 stars now, which is a very good thing. Ariane Rod, hits 5 stars just today, on Tuesday. So she is starting to work towards her 6-star level, where she becomes really good. And Akaya, who I've started grinding, has 45 shards out of 50. She'll hit 4 stars this week. She's going to be a long grind as well. So this week, with the Rosalia Noemi major update, there's supposed to be 18 Gate of Fate event, so I'm looking forward to that. There's a whole bunch of characters I need to start farming up a bit more, like Reen, for example, like finishing up Ares. The last 3 extra runs I'm kind of deciding on. It could go into Listel, it could go into grinding up the new heroes I have at the very bottom that I haven't done the Gates of Fate yet, like Altina, like Maya, like... I think those are the only 2 right now. Actually, let me just double check. So there's various uses of the new Gates of Fate runs, right? I'm not sure I haven't done Shalinka. So actually there's a lot of characters I could do, So this is, Renata I haven't done, Shalinka, Knight of Mysteries, Maya, Altina. So that makes 5 characters who all need 5 runs. So I need 25 runs to get these 5 completed. So whole bunch of extra characters whose Gates of Fate I should probably clear. Next up, so in terms of upgrading characters, I'm primarily actually building new gear rather than upgrading existing ones. So most of the characters' enchants have not changed as a result. For example, Reen's set of gear has been recently, I guess, more or less finished with a clocks clocks enchant. Right? Here's another crazily good enchant that I rolled as a side note. Right? That was pretty recent too. 10% hit points, 9% defense, 9% magic defense. Right? As I mentioned, once I stopped rolling crazy number of enchants on Juggler, I instantly started getting these amazing enchants, which are amazing for tanks, but not so amazing for your DPS characters. But they're good enough that you can't get rid of them, so it's a little bit frustrating to see, I really have to say. Reen got one, Arianrod got one, Iris got one earlier before this, so you see, 12% hit points, 13% magic defense, 10% defense. So it's been driving me kind of up the wall. I've been getting the good rolls on non-tank characters, but that's nothing new, I suppose. So Reen's setup gear is pretty much done. Arianrod's is very much a work in progress because she has a level 50 carbon fiber armor. I've recently upgraded her to a level 50 Scarlet Reaper, but it doesn't have a good enchant yet. The Fury of Tyr needs 2 more Epic Martial Spirits, and if I decide to use the Judge's Talisman, it needs 1 more. I'm hoping to get an Apex Boots by the time I get her to 6 stars though, but fingers crossed on that. But you can see that if I get an Apex Boots, that's another 3 Epic Martial Spirits. Fury of Tyr needs 2 more. That's 5 Epic Martial Spirits for Arianrod. And then I have to look for more Epic Martial Spirits to build up Akaya's set of gear. She's currently in her Mage class rather than her Cavalry class, so she doesn't have her actual set yet, but she's sitting on kind of like a temporary transition set in the meantime. So there's 2 characters who needs Epic Martial Spirits, and then of course other characters who I really need to get Epic Martial Spirits for is, I actually finished up Freya's Crown of Thorns very recently, over the past week as well. That was 3 more Epic Martial Spirits. So in the case of Freya, I actually am ready to do the final battle on the world map that I haven't finished, which is this one right here. Kind of need the stamina to do it, but it's ready to get completed. So I'll probably do it soon. Okay, now that my Freya is built. Other than Freya though, other characters who still need Epic Martial Spirits for exclusives include Leon. His exclusive armor is currently at level 20. Bernhard needs Epic Martial Spirits for his exclusive armor, Overlord's armor for example. There's just a whole bunch of gear that I really should finish. Young Jessica has one with her exclusive helmet, Scryer, also a Baldur's White robe, but I'm not going to put Epic Martial Spirits into that one. So you can see there's a bunch of gear that I still need to build up, need epic martial spirits, but fingers crossed that I get them. Alright, so that building up is going pretty well. Next, training field. I actually got quite a few upgrades in the training field over the past week, specifically into my Holy and Demon training. I believe the previous week it was at 60% hit points and 50% defense and magic defense. It's now at 60 and 57. So this one is upgrading pretty rapidly. As a result, I put resources into it for sure. Also, this Pious Faith tech that increases holy character damage as long as their soldier hit points is above 80% got an additional upgrade. So it's now at level 8 out of the maximum level 10. So now it's at 22%. 2 more upgrades will raise it to 30. So that's why I'm kind of upgrading this, because 8% additional damage is pretty significant. But there's also the defense tech, the core survival tech. So there's a bunch of upgrades I still need to do here to finish it up. I actually do plan to raise my Holy and Demon training up to 70% defense and magic defense. I might leave the hit points at 60, but defense and magic defense should probably be raised to 70. So this will probably be my highest upgraded training ground. Flyer and Aquatic also got a few upgrades if I recall correctly. 1. The Griffins have been raised to level 9. They were level 8 previously. So 1 more upgrade will raise them to level 10. And I do have the Crazy Shorts and Brown Essential Oils to do so. Just need 17 more epic breeding material books. So that should be finished. And then after that, I will definitely be finishing the Leviathans, which also just need books. Right, I have the 9. I actually have the 9 Devout Gloves and the Crazy Shorts. And I think the Leviathans will be upgraded first because I can kind of delay on the Griffin Knights by comparison. The only user of Griffin Knights for me at this time in my box is Reen, because Luna is currently not in my box. So given that's the case, I can delay on finishing the Griffin Knights, but Leviathans still have, you know, Omega, Hiei, Licorice, Gizaroff, so that's like 4 characters who can use it that I actually do use. It's very map specific by comparison, but it's an upgrade that I should do. And then Vampire Bats I'm pretty much abandoning, don't plan to upgrade those. Gargoyles though, I do want to upgrade, but I'm very lacking in pretty sprays. And Steelwing Warriors is another character that I plan to upgrade, but I'm also lacking in Devout Gloves. So it is iffy, right? The 2 flyer soldiers that I want to upgrade, the Gargoyles and the Steelwing Warriors, both use up materials that Holy and Demon upgrades do use, because they use pretty sprays and Devout Gloves. So it's a bit awkward in terms of upgrading that. Beyond that, I mean, the Cavalry Training Ground, I just want to finish up these techs if possible. They don't give any additional power, but they very much help, especially, for example, this one, which gives increased attack and defense as long as an ally is within 2 blocks of you. This one, which increases your damage dealt for every block moved. And this one, where your attack and defense are increased when your attack is guarded against. So there's 3 different techs I would like to upgrade here for my cavalry soldiers. The last one, High Speed, which decreases damage you take when attacking, I couldn't care less for. It's useful, but it's not a priority for me at all, especially when it uses Devout Gloves and Pretty Sprays, which once again, Holy and Demon training use up. So my aim right now is getting these 3 training grounds complete. After that, I'll have to decide whether to upgrade Archer and Assassin or the Infantry training ground. That's less of a priority though. First, get the 3 training grounds I use the most upgraded, then look at the other stuff that I want to change up. Alright, so it's pretty much just me gearing up for the new season of Apex Arena, which is going to be starting this coming weekend. Hooray! My training ground is more or less ready for it, or as ready as I can get it to be. I have expeditions going out, right? Currently it's the Lancer Day, there's 40 more hours, which means after Lancer it's going to be Cavalry. I'm going to skip that, so I'm going to be picking up lots of Flyer and Aquatic books. So that should give me enough books to get the Leviathan upgrade. And then maybe in 2 weeks or so I might be able to get the Griffin Knight or something like that. So, work in progress everywhere. Okay, So covered my characters, covered my training ground. The next thing to talk about then would be stuff in the store. So specifically, actually I might as well just buy these 10 friendship vouchers for the heck of it. So right now what I'm looking at would be more gambles. I have 1,725 Oraculum Orb, and I'm definitely going to be buying the rare enchant gift packs so that I can get 25 additional enchants. But beyond that, I'm just going to be gambling on armors and headgear, skipping the weapons. So here we go. These are the priority for me. Oh, Baldur's White Robe. That's a keep. Azure Legend, I'll keep that too. Twilight Armor, so 2 useful ones. Not great, but worth keeping. And then 1 garbage item. Reaper's Breath, garbage. Carbon Fiber Helmet, garbage. Assault Headgear, garbage. So at least I got 2 items that I'm keeping. Weapons, I'm not gambling for. I need to buy more Epic Martial Spirits and these Enchant Scrolls, which is my current priority. Let me just go back, go into here, and just get rid of some of the items that I just gambled for that I won't be using. So, Carbon Fiber Helmet, the Reaper's Breath, the Twilight Armor, and the Assault Headgear. So that gives me 400 ore back, 925, nearly enough to buy up all the new items that I just, or buy up all the enchants that I want. Not quite enough though. In terms of enchant scrolls, I think I'm going to buy more clocks enchants at this time. And that's because I'm looking at probably getting Landius set up. And Landius, I feel, uses clocks enchants. By Landius, I mean Hobo Landius, the new upcoming Landius, which granted is not coming until the following month, October, but I might as well start getting him his gear, right? So get some clocks enchants, start preparing to upgrade that. Once I got those enchants, I'll buy some more Epic Martial Spirits because I currently have 0. And I have a bunch of gear to continue to buy. I'm sitting on gold at this time, but if I use up all my enchant scrolls and so on, it's definitely going to disappear. Because there is still this super enchant pack, as well as the new enchants that I just bought. And of course, I also have not used any of the Arena Mastery Stone selectable gift packs. So these ones let me I'm probably going to turn into like super hit points, but I may need attack in too for new characters. Skill, I may also need a few. So I'm holding on to all of these for now, primarily for building new heroes rather than upgrading existing ones once again. The only existing ones I would consider upgrading at this time would be if I need more hit points. Right? So slowly but steadily, getting the upgrades for these characters, and having the new characters built is more important as well, in my opinion. If I buy new characters, for example, I mean, even I don't think my Arianrod, for example, has class. She doesn't have any class enchants yet because I have to flip her into her Lancer class, Lance Maiden from Steel Maiden. So it's like another work in progress, right? I need to finish up getting these materials, then start upgrading her into Warrior and into Lance Maiden, but I only have 1 runestone, so I need another runestone to do this upgrade for Arianrod. I actually suddenly realized I have a lack of runestones. Akaya is kind of in the same boat. She's currently in her Sheikah Channeler Mage class. I'm going to need 2 runestones to bring her into Sheikah Saintess. But she's not going to be used until all the way in December, when she's 6 stars. So she's not at the top priority upgrade for me at this time. The top priority is to get Arianrod upgraded. Although it's still going to take me 150 shards worth of grinding to get her usable. Right? So right now, it's mainly, I'm using Reen at 4 stars, and he does have his double class mastery, but Reen, in his case, you can see his class mastery enchants are kind of lacking, to say the least. So she, for example, this would be where I use up some of those new SSR enchants, arena enchants, right? Given that this gives me 35 of these SSR enchants in total. There's also the Surge. Oh, about current events. I should also mention that, right? Macho Lotto, I've given up on it. Right? I did 3 rolls. The first one gave me rare crafter's hammers, the second one gave me an SR accessory, the third one gave me SSR accessory. So right there, that makes almost all of these 2 purchases way too expensive to be worth it. So I'm just giving up. Even though the skin is pretty nice, I'm not willing to spend too much for it. I'd rather just save up my enchants to make sure I have a higher chance of getting Hobo Langius. So giving up on the Macho Lotto. Trails of Truth event ends tomorrow actually, Wednesday. So tomorrow is the last day for this event in terms of clearing content. You can continue to do exchange until the following week, the 30th of September. But the event tomorrow, Wednesday, is the very last day. So make sure you get this done, right? Any of the Trails of Truth battles you haven't done, any of the challenges you haven't done, better get them finished. And the other events is just what's ongoing. Just the usual banners and so on. So tomorrow, the Transcender's Legacy banner ends as well. I managed to get a copy of the Insidious Pendant, but I don't have a copy of the Scepter of Divinity, but I'm not that interested in it anyways. It's not like the Scepter of Divinity is useless, but in the first place, I don't use Rachel. My Rachel's 5 stars. And in order to use her for PvP, in my opinion, you need both the Scepter of Divinity as well as a teddy bear to make her gospel skill last 3 turns. Right? She becomes like a 3-range attacker with less damage and also a gospel provider. So given that I don't have either, I mean, I don't have a spare teddy bear for her, and I don't have a Scepter of Divinity, and she is 5 stars, there's basically no reason for me to try to draw for it any further. That is to say, if I get lucky and I get a copy of it from, clearing Dark Dragon and so on, I'm definitely not going to complain, but I don't plan to draw for one. Alright, and I think that's it about my current status. So covered my characters mostly, covered my training ground, and nothing else to talk about. So thanks for watching everyone. I hope you found this video useful to you. And on that note, Nitro out.